Hey everybody. This is Doug, Hissy Fit Reptiles. Trying to see here, nobody's on here yet. I'm gonna get a notepad ready here. So I'm gonna jot some stuff down to do with this contest that we're gonna be doing. And right now we have nobody on. Well, actually, yeah, James Porter's on. Isaac Galvin is on. It says 1 up on this thing here, up in the top thing, but then here, jeez, cat, chill out over there. Okay, so I have a couple different things here. Apparently my battery is running low. One of the kids unplugged my computer. All right. Sorry about that. I'm just getting going on this stuff here. So we have a couple of you guys on here right now. Reggie's on here now too. So I'm going to do this Hissy Fit Madness thing, or ball Python Madness or Python Madness or whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's going to be kind of like a March Madness type bracket thing. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this first because the initial idea I had on this was to basically, instead of having teams like the NBA or the NCAA teams, what I was going to do was basically make a bracket with all my ball pythons, like not all of them, but like however many of them would fill up the bracket. And then have you guys make your own brackets based on that, as far as like, which one's going to go to the end and win the whole thing. And then that would be determined on people's votes on like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, stuff like that. I don't know if I was going to do all of them or maybe do, this matchup between, I don't know, like the Batman versus the Lemon Blast, Yellow Belly Desert Ghost. Whichever one gets the most votes, that one would move on to the next round against the one that moves on to the next round from that one. So that was the initial thing. And then I was talking to somebody else and they said, well, why don't you assign each one of your ball pythons to each one of your Patreon members, and then have, and then like nobody else would know who that person is. Let's say, Reggie is assigned the Pastel Mystic Potion, and James is assigned the Dreamsicle or something like that. And then whichever snake goes all the way, whoever's name is associated with that snake, that person would know, but nobody else would know who they are. So it would just be, you would see the bracket as like, Dreamsicle, Pastave Clown, Pastel Highway, Batman, all this stuff. People would be voting for those snakes to go on to the next round without having to like be based on who's associated to that snake. And then let's say the Dreamsicle makes it all the way, and then James or whoever I said would be the winner of the contest, because that was the person associated with that snake. And then basically you guys would be able to have the links to promote the contest on your own, through Facebook, Instagram, say, hey, vote for this snake because that's the one that's associated with you guys and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure which way I want to work it, because I could do 2 different angles. And like I said, I initially had the grand main theme or thought I had on it was to do it where, again, I make the bracket of the snakes, and then you guys go off that bracket and pick who you think is going to go all the way, and then whoever's at the bracket the most or the closest to the final bracket of the actual results would win. In doing that, though, and then the other person bringing up that other idea, he said, well, what if 3 or 4 or 5 people have the exact same bracket and they win? Are you able to do give away stuff for each one of those people, or how are you going to do that? So that was the only other concern I had on that whole thing. What I could do is we can do it one way one time and then try it the other way and maybe see which works better, and then maybe do it in the future. It doesn't, just because it's not going to be March, or it's not March anymore, doesn't mean we can't do this bracket thing anyways. So I don't know, what are your guys' thoughts on this? So I wanted to announce the whole thing today and have it. Well, actually, I wanted to announce it a couple days ago, but I work 2 to 10 shift for the last however many days, and then today and tomorrow are still on 2 to 10 shift, and I'm off Thursday and Friday. So it's always hard to do stuff when I'm on that shift because um, usually I got stuff I got to do and errands I got to run before I go to work. Well, I'm at work. I'm not supposed to even be on my phone, much less making videos. um, and then when I get home at night, everybody's sleeping, so they don't want me talking super loud and waking everybody up. So it's just kind of hard. Right now, nobody's home. I have some more errands to do, but so I gotta like kind of make this quick because I got an hour and a half before I have to get ready and leave for work here, and I actually haven't started any of my errands yet, besides dropping my daughter off. So, but yeah, I guess so. In the meantime, what I'd like to do is maybe see if you guys see what you guys would rather do because this is about you guys anyways. So, um, you know, I guess I can take the general consensus of which way we want to go with it. Would it be best to have, then that way too, the Patreon people who want to participate, you can message me and say, hey, I'm interested. I'll put your name down. Maybe what we do is then I can make the bracket. So let's say, I'm just going to throw some lines on this notebook thing here. So this is going to be kind of just like a really scratch piece here, just so we can see. This isn't going to be how it will be, but just kind of the general thing of it. There's going to be way more. I'm just going to. So if you see here, so basically what I would do, move this down a little bit. So then what I would do then, draw your name, and then your name would go, name here, and then draw another name. That name will go here, then that name. So it'll all be random as far as where you're placed. And then take the ball pythons, whatever ball pythons for however many people. I'd take every ball python in my thing. So some of them might not even be on there. There's a chance like the Batman might not be on there. Draw it. So whatever snake gets drawn goes here. Then the next one gets here. That way it's completely random as far as who gets what. And then that person would end up, okay, so then we go by votes at that point. Okay, this snake versus this snake. Not this person versus this person, but this snake versus this snake. So we can do it where it's just Patreon people vote, or we can do it where just, where we have it where it's on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. People vote. Maybe do it where if somebody does a thumbs up, it's this snake. If somebody does a smiley face, it's this one or something like that. There's a lot of ways we can work it, and that's why I want to bring it to you guys' attention to see which way you guys would rather do it, because and then we can have it where this these right here are going to be for the next 24 hours you can vote for these, and then at the end of those 24 hours we'll figure out who moves on. Then we'll do like the next day, so this will be like a longer thing. This won't be like a 1 day thing or whatever. Once the names are picked and the ball pythons are picked, then everybody would be on there, and then it would go until the winning thing comes up or whatever, and maybe the very final two that are going for the grand prize, maybe that will be like a 48-hour thing or something like that. So I'm not sure. Mountain Mom Morphsy, I like the idea of keeping it Patreon only. That's totally fine with me. Then that way I saw some really negative stuff about Patreon on some of the Facebook discussions or whatever, basically saying that Patreon is basically just trying to Patreon people are just trying to get people's money and whatever. As you guys have seen from me, I think I actually give out more than I bring in, so it's just something that kind of somewhat offset it. I'm losing out a little bit, but I mean, for example, I gave away $500 worth of ball pythons in the last contest because the person picked one that was worth more. So basically, she had $500 credit. Callista picked out a snake that was, and that was totally fine, and that was what I had said was going to happen. Up to a $500 value snake. She wanted one that was worth more than that, so she got $500 credit on that snake. Last month I brought in less than $200 on my Patreon. So I mean, I basically lost $300 last month. However, it's still something, and it's not like I'm just giving away snakes constantly and not getting a little bit of a kickback from it. So I don't know. People are basically trying to say that people that do Patreon just trying to take people's money and stuff like that, and they want to use it to buy whatever morphs they want, and increase their collection. And why shouldn't everybody be doing it then? And whatever. Hey, I'm not forcing anybody to join my Patreon. You guys seem to like what we're doing here. Trying to make it more of a community thing. Definitely want to get that hangouts thing going on and have a discussion thing with maybe me and 2 or 3 other people where we can have a discussion and it's like all live. We can hear each other talking. People can comment that aren't in it, and then maybe the next month or every you do it twice a month or something like that. Then we have a couple other different people and stuff, and different Patreon people, and maybe try getting some people that have like kind of similar background stuff to see how those people are, or get some people that have completely different backgrounds. We have really, a little bit about me, then there's still probably a lot more to learn. But a lot of you guys don't know anything about each other, or me knowing a lot about you guys until we talk. So definitely, it's cool to have a little community like this going. I appreciate you guys donating and pledging what you pledge, even if it's just the $2 mark. It's still pretty awesome that you guys decided to do this with me and for me and all that kind of stuff. So, and again, I want you guys to be able to reap benefits to this. So I give you guys thanks. So far, sounds like you guys are pretty happy with that. But yeah, that's I'm thinking this is probably gonna be the neater of the idea, to kind of, like I said, anybody who's interested in doing it, anybody who's interested, send me a message, say, hey, I want to be in on the bracket. Then that way we can get a whole bracket. And then that way, if I have an odd number, I say, hey, can we get one more person? It's not going to cost any extra money to do this. You're already pledging whatever, as long as you're still pledging while this is going on, then obviously, you have a chance to win the main thing, and then, pick out a snake. The winner will pick out a snake and stuff. And maybe, depending on how everything else is going, maybe I'll give some credit to some of the other people and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure yet. But that'd be kind of cool. Just let me know if that sounds good. James, yeah, bracket sounds good. Patreon only. Do you guys like the idea where the like randomly pick the people who say they want to be in on the bracket, randomly pick their names to go on each thing? I'll do it in order, so that way it's not like I just am placing certain people where I want to place them, and then also do random picking of whatever ball pythons I have in my collection. As of right now, I think I have enough. I'm pretty sure I have enough ball pythons here to cover everybody who's on Patreon if every single person did it. If I were to get more people, then maybe what I would do is ask somebody else if they wanted to, like, you know, um, lend me a picture of their snake, and that would be kind of like, their entry thing, and people can vote on that. It doesn't really have to necessarily be my snake. It's just that I'm not going to use anybody's snakes without permission for pictures and stuff like that. So, but that to me sounds like probably the better idea than what I had. And it was just a guy from work that was mentioning this to me, so I was telling him about it and kind of showing him. But like I said, otherwise, my initial idea was randomly pick the snakes, not have anybody's names associated with that snake, um, and then just see how your guys' brackets line up to the overall how the snakes get voted on. Obviously, if you make a certain bracket the way you want it, you're gonna vote for your ones to win, and stuff like that. If yours gets eliminated, something gets eliminated or something like that, then I guess that would change how you vote going forward. But um, in my opinion, I like the other way better, the one that was suggested to me. Um, I'll give you guys like you know, a, a day or so. Either tomorrow I'll try to get back with you guys, or if not tomorrow, then for sure on Thursday, because I am off on Thursday. Um, so yeah, if you want to message me directly, hissyfitreptiles@gmail.com, or you can message on the hissyfitnation@gmail.com if you want to. You can message me on Facebook through Messenger. You can definitely message me through the messaging thing on Patreon. Just so you know, if anybody's trying to message a picture, unless you can do it on the computer, I know I can't on my phone, on my app, I can't message pictures to you guys. So if anybody's interested in anything that I ever have available, or you're trying to send me a picture of something, I don't know if we can do it on the Patreon. I know you can't do it on the Patreon app. Maybe online through if you're on a computer or something, you can. But But yeah, through Facebook Messenger is a really good way to get a hold of me. It's, nice, quick. I have it as soon as somebody messages me, I get a notification right away. Sometimes I don't get the notifications for Patreon right away, which I don't know why, but other times I do. So, um, anybody else have any questions on anything that's watching live right now, or suggestions of anything else? Somebody messaged me text message wise. I don't know if that's. Okay, I don't know. Oh, cool. Reggie, Reggie's got like a nice bracket here already. Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna see. I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to see this. But yeah, kind of like that. Well, according to the way I'm looking at my screen, it's backwards because of the webcam thing. But if you can kind of see that, so that's his females and stuff. So really cool. Reggie, I'll probably get with you about getting a bracket. Isaac. So yeah, we'll get started as soon as I kind of figure out what way we're gonna go. I think it seems like this is this way that I mentioned before, like assigning a name of whoever wants to be in there, and then the ball pythons in there. If you're interested in this, without, I'm more than likely we're gonna go this route anyways. If you want to, anybody who was interested in this, message me. Say, hey, I want my name to be in on the bracket. That way I can start getting names together. I don't want to throw somebody's name on. I know Callista said she wasn't going to participate in this one because she just won last month's contest, which is really cool. Of her, because if she ended up winning again, I don't want anybody to get upset about that or anything. And I didn't ask her about that or anything. She just randomly said, hey, I'm probably not going to participate in this one because I just won this last one. So very, very noble of you, Calista. Appreciate that. That you'd be willing to do that. I think we're probably gonna do a few of these kind of things though in the future. So this isn't gonna be like a one-off thing. If this is really fun and it's really kind of gets you guys more interacting and stuff, definitely something we can do again in the future. Adding stuff to my collection, stuff is being hatched out. If you guys want to submit pictures to add to the, future brackets and stuff like that, when we do other ones, we can definitely do that as well. So something we can kind of keep going. Maybe this will be more of a, an every other month type thing. Maybe do this and we get some other contests in there. Yeah, I'm trying to just make it fun for you guys, make it interesting. Trying to interact more with you guys. I know over the last year, I haven't interacted as much as I should have or could have. But that's a lot to do with things going on in my life and situations and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me through all this stuff. So, but yeah, I'm sorry, getting off task here, Isaac. Sorry about that. Yeah, as soon as we get like a decent, I would say if we can get at least 16, obviously like a Sweet 16 type thing. If we get any more than that, I'd want to figure out exactly, somebody might end up getting a buy or something like that if it's kind of off, a little uneven or something like that. So, but if we can kind of stick with like a 16, 32, something like that, that would be great. I'll probably give you guys like a timeline to get your name submitted to me if you guys are interested. I know some people just, they might not check Patreon all week long, and then on the weekend they go on there, and I don't want to have anybody miss out on anything because I rushed it and stuff like that. So hopefully then we can still have a winner picked in April yet, by middle of April or near the end of April or something like that, and then still go on to do something for May. So anybody else have any questions on anything? And while you guys thinking about questions, I'm gonna try getting this whole hangout thing figured out. I'm gonna try messaging Rude Dog Reptiles and State 48 Exotics and see how they do it. So that way I can, we can always just kind of have a little, mess around sessions where we're just kind of, shooting the crap or whatever and just kind of hanging out and talking and all that kind of cool stuff. So um, I'm just kind of reading comments here on the side. And if you missed this live stream, feel free to comment in the YouTube video itself or on the Patreon post. Any ideas or anything you want to add to it, or if you think something else would be kind of a neat stipulation type thing, maybe. There's a cat is going crazy over there. So yeah. Hey Bella. Hey Bella. Well, I'm sitting here and everything. Oops, come on, Bella. This is Bella, everybody. I don't ever show her because she's not a reptile, but she's a miniature schnauzer. She's really scruffy right now. She needs a haircut. But she's super, super sweet. We had her for the last couple of years. So, right, Bella? Yeah, sorry, she's scruffy. My mom usually cuts her hair, but I haven't gotten. My mom's been busy in my schedule, and but yeah. All right. Well, I suppose I'm gonna let you guys get going. Like I said, think about any different ideas and stuff that you might want to add to this. Sounds like we'll go that one route. And if there's any other ideas for future giveaways or contests or whatever, let me know what you might have for ideas, and maybe we can implement some of those as well. So, and then I will get back to you guys as soon as I can about the Hangouts thing, for doing live discussions and interview stuff. Yeah, let's get this thing more interactive. I feel you guys can feel free. I'm not sure if you guys are able to contact each other for discussing stuff or making. I'm looking to see if you guys can make your own message boards as far as if somebody has a question on something and wanting to get opinions of people here. If some of the Facebook pages and stuff get really, I don't know. I'm in a lot of those groups and stuff, and some of them get really bad with people just kind of just belittling other people and making people feel stupid about things. And I don't want anybody to be afraid of asking anything here. I mean, I've been doing this since 2009 and I still mess up. Look what happened with my stuff here the last, in like November. Gosh, I didn't think anything bad was going to happen with having that space heater plugged in because I've used it before. And, just everybody makes mistakes, and I don't want you guys to be afraid to ask anything. And if you feel uncomfortable putting it out there for anybody else and you want to ask me, feel free to ask me. I'm not going to judge. People have been doing it for 20 or 30 years, still have questions about how certain things are done because you learn something new every day, So, hey, Bella, you want to get down, don't you? All right. All right. No, Isaac, I did not, unfortunately. So I still missing the pastel clown male, that one pastel clown male, both the regular clowns, the snake with with one missing eye, that one's still missing as well. I think that was all that was still missing. Most of the ones that were out, I did find like in the rack area. Now that it's been kind of a while, I don't know. I have there's like a hole this wide between the concrete slab and the framework of our walls for this never used to be finished down here. Apparently, before we bought it, they remodeled the whole downstairs, and so yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking that might be a possibility of where they are. I can't get behind there. It's 30 feet of wall, 30, 40 feet of wall or whatever. So I going from that one area all the way to the other end of the house. So the cat went back there a couple times too. So I don't know if that's why he went back there. I ended up putting I had to block the area because anytime the cat gets in there, he tries running through the door when I open the snake room door because I usually don't let him in there. And he when he goes in there, that's the first place he books over to. So I don't know if there's mice back there. I don't know if I have no clue. I can't see back there. So so unfortunately, I really don't think that they're alive if they are back there. Unfortunately, so LKB pythons. It's great. Glad to hear your banana's still doing good and everything. So, yeah. So, anyways, I suppose I got like a little over an hour to get stuff done before I have to leave. So, I'm gonna get to that. You guys figure out if there's anything else you want to add to this stuff. Feel free to comment, send me messages, whatnot. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Sorry that the stream went so long, and sorry I started it kind of so late. So, thanks, you guys. Appreciate you guys' support, and talk to you guys soon.